Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so very much for tuning in. We have a lot to talk about, and let's just get started. I do not think that Ann Coulter is simply venting on Twitter. I don't think that she's just, giving her thoughts on President Trump, that she's really disappointed and she's angry with President Trump. And so she then disparaged him on Twitter. I just don't think that's the case. Sure, she called him a wimp, and she called him on Twitter. Basically, she went on Bill Maher and she said how disappointed she was. I get that. I understand outwardly what it seems like. It seems like she's disrespecting the president of the United States of America. It seems like this is yet another person piling on the president. I don't think that's the case, and I'm going to tell you why. To my super chat, by the way, thank you so very much. You give me every incentive to rock these live streams. Thank you. By the way, go Rams. Press 1 if you want the Rams to win. Press 2 if you want the Patriots to win. I want to see how many Rams fans we have. I think Rams are going to win. But press 1 if you want the Rams to win. Press 2 if you want the Patriots. Thank you in darkness. Thank you. I have a great live chat. So, all right. So, Eric H526, thank you. Luke St. Martin, thank you. Let's get this show on the road. Let's get this started now. So, I think that I don't know. I have no evidence. I'm just, this is my belief. Michael Gonzalez, thank you. I can't say with certainty. However, I think that President Trump is benefiting greatly from Ann Coulter. I think that Ann Coulter is helping Trump with the Republican establishment in a way that most people don't see. The Republican establishment does not really want to help Trump. They want to benefit from Trump's charisma, popularity among the base of voters on the conservative side. They want Trump to win elections. They want Trump to appoint Supreme Court justices. They don't want to help Trump any other way. They want to basically derive as much as they can from President Trump, while at the same time saying, well, we're trying to keep him in check, CNN and MSNBC and, media and late night. So please hire us when our political careers are over. I don't think that there are many Republicans in Congress who really want to outwardly defend President Trump. There are very few people who are overtly stating, well, we need a wall. He needs to do whatever it takes. There are more Paul Ryans than there are Jim Jordans. There are more Jeff Flakes than there are Lindsey Grahams. And every so often, Lindsey Graham does something where I'm like, what? But he's bringing home Americans from never-ending conflict, quagmires, and I respect greatly President Trump for doing that. I think that's what will make President Trump a great president in the long run, in addition to the start of peace between North and South Korea. And look, Tim Pool has two great channels. Tim Pool is awesome. I listen to him and Sticks and a bunch of other people every day, but he has a great segment, Tim Pool does, on how even The Guardian can make Trump's good economy, turn that into almost like a hit piece. And so you have, in 2 years, you have over 4,100,000 jobs created. You have actually not only record lows in unemployment, but you have an economy that's growing at such a rapid pace, far outpacing Obama's economy. Jobs report beating estimates. Stock market finally doing a lot better. And instead of saying, hey, you know what, this is a great thing, you hardly see the Mueller probe is fizzling out. There's really nothing. There's nobody more to really indict unless he Mueller wants to go after the Q people, which is why they only upload one video every week now. Adam Bomb 31458. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Adam Bomb 31458. Shelly Green, happy birthday. I know your birthday is coming up. Happy birthday. Adam Bomb 31458. Thank you so very much. Thank you. So, but there are a lot of things going on with President Trump and his administration that are very good. That would be good for any president. With a wall, if you have a wall that actually prevents the trafficking of all different criminal trafficking of all different types, that's a good thing. So that's where I'm coming from. I have friends who are dreamers. I want them to be citizens, but Democrats don't want them. Apparently don't care about drafting any immigration reform or even negotiating with Trump to get citizenship. That's where I'm at. You know, if people push for Medicare for all, fine. I don't think it's feasible. I used to. Then the Mercatus study came out and the Urban Institute. And I haven't heard an estimate of tax increases, personal and corporate, that Bernie or Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez want to implement. So, and I haven't seen any legislation. Oh, she's only been there for 3 weeks or a month. Well, I'm sorry. I thought people's lives were at stake. So they're all over the place. But in terms of the wall, it's not immoral to have a wall. It's actually very moral to do so. It's actually very moral. Dave Whalen. That's right. President Trump with, yes, Tiger Woods. That's right. Dave Whalen. Thank you. Thank you, Dave Whalen. Thank you. Dave and Adam Bomb 31458. This is going to be a great February. This February, Dave Whalen, thank you. This February is going to be a great February for President Trump, for this country, for the rule of law. And Attorney General Jeff said, William Barr is going to be nominated, confirmed this Thursday, February 7th. Ladies and gentlemen, February 7th is going to be a great day. Dave Whalen, thank you again for always watching and for your support. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, I have one of my best episodes ever on HA Second Amendment. It's with a 357 Magnum, Smith & Wesson 686. And I have a new camera angle. So I have this little tripod. And as I'm shooting, I have the tripod right next to the firearm. And you see like my big paws. Okay, so you do see like a close-up of my hand, but also a close-up of the actual 357 Magnum. It's really, really awesome. And this actually could hit 1,000 views on that segment. It's only at 200 now, but it's like I only uploaded it like an hour ago. That's actually, that would be nothing for this channel. This channel has now, thanks to everybody here, 131, almost 132, going on 132,000 subscribers. I only have 4,400 subscribers for the other channel. So definitely check that out. Eric H526, thank you. So yeah, that's yeah, Mick Fitz, great. It is a great great firearm, and I actually shoot it in single action, so it's great. It's great. Double action was, but it's a six shooter. 6 rounds. But anyway, check that out. But Ann Coulter does a whole bunch of things. Number one, she inoculates President Trump. She has this she almost spins this cocoon around Trump. And you might be thinking like, HA, did you smoke anything? No, I am explaining that when she calls Trump a wimp, or when she says, oh my God, he's not following through on his promise. when she says that she's disappointed in Trump, what she does is she's putting the focus back on the policy, back on a policy he wants, back on a policy he was elected to implement. She's putting the focus also not only back on the policy, but the Republicans who prevented Trump from implementing that objective. What she's doing is not only Ann Coulter has one of the most prominent voices in politics. Fine, she's had that for a long time. But what would be more what would be better for Trump if she tried to defend him or if she just tried to insult him? She got on Bill Maher. That's already 1 million views. And if you look at that discussion, and that's why I say, YouTube, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez should have debated Ben Shapiro, because it would have received millions of views on YouTube. And her answer was, I forgot, there was one gentleman on YouTube who interviewed her at an event, and then he was kicked out. But she said, well, he's just a YouTuber. No, it's not just that. He's a political voice. And his voice, like Ann Coulter, people talk about it throughout the country. If you really care about promoting Medicare for all, you would want that discussion nationwide. And you'd certainly want to draft legislation, which she hasn't done, which basically proves that she's not really focused on Medicare for all, even though the Democrats won the House based on all these lofty ideals and promises. But look what took place. If you watch the segment, ladies and gentlemen, with Bill, it's below. If you watch the segment with Bill Maher, and if you watch the segment with Bill Maher, and if you watch the segment with Ann Coulter, she actually completely obliterates the Trump-Russia myth. Bill Maher has no rebuttal. In fact, he exposes the reality. He doesn't know what Fusion GPS is. He never heard of the Steele dossier. He didn't know that she purchased a Steele dossier, which was, the whole thing was compiled with the help of Russian sources, even Russian intelligence sources, that would be the exact definition of collusion they're trying to level at Trump. Dave Whalen! Thank you, Dave Whalen. Thank you very, very much. Greatly appreciated. Have a great Super Bowl Sunday tomorrow. I don't know who you're rooting for, but it's going to be a great game. I think the Rams can do it. I really do. I really do. I think the Rams can do it. I think they can do it. Dave Whalen, thank you again. Thank you. But during that exchange, she explains the utility of a wall. Now, I'm looking at it just from the vantage point of preventing or impeding the flow of trafficking of all different types, illegal narcotics, all different types, human, all different types of trafficking. In addition to that, there is a national security case. General John Kelly, when he was one, along with Mattis, oh my God, he was one of the adults in the room. Well, General John Kelly in 2014 called it an existential threat to the United States of America, the border between the two nations. There were articles. It was a Defense One interview, and there were Business Insider articles, and a whole bunch of articles. I explained that in my upload prior to this. So it's against YouTube policies for me to actually go in depth and explain, okay, well, these are atrocities. This is criminal behavior that, in terms of a wall, would help prevent. That's how bad it is at that location. And then General John Kelly says, yeah, a whole bunch of issues that flow through or that correlate in that region in between the two countries. That is what's causing a national or an existential threat to the country. So that's so I can just go ahead and look it up right now really quickly. Just look it up right now. John Kelly, existential threat. Okay, border. All right. General calls border crisis an existential threat. Investors.com, June 8th, 2014. Oh, my goodness. Who was president then? Oh, that's right. President Obama. July 5th, 2014. Defense One. Top general says Mexico border security now existential threat. So there's not going to be from the Supreme Court on down, there won't be a federal court who will strike down Trump's national emergency claim. If he declares national emergency, all he has to do is give any judge the litany of atrocities that take place, of criminal behavior that take place. Okay, it's different from a travel ban. A travel ban, you can't prove imminent national security risk. So that's why it was his travel ban was struck down. But this you can. And then once he declares a national emergency for wall funding, he gets pretty much unlimited resources. He has a DOD, the unobligated funds. You could probably build it in 2 years. So if he wants to go for all the money, he probably could. But initially, there's like $13.7 billion that he could access initially, something like that, over $13 billion. Because if he declares a national emergency, he has access to Department of Defense funding. That's it. So he bypasses Congress. He bypasses Congress, but also if you're a Democrat, if you're a liberal, if you're a progressive, what have you done? What have you done to better the lives of undocumented immigrants or dreamers? I have friends who are dreamers. What have you done if you're a Democrat? Did you work for citizenship? Did you push legislation to get citizenship for your constituents? No, you didn't. So they will get absolutely nothing, and Trump will get his wall. Okay? That's the problem with the Democratic Party. They'd rather be petulant than give in, take a public relations loss, and say, fine, at least let's get something from Trump. At least let's negotiate. At least let's negotiate. If they were to negotiate with Trump, they probably could have gotten citizenship for all 800,000 to 2 million dreamers. A pathway, at least. They didn't want to do that. I have friends who are dreamers. They say, well, I hope Trump helps us out. They don't say, hope Pelosi. That's right, Fred. That's right. And so he's now going to bypass Congress. And that's it. He's going to bypass Congress, get his wall. And what Ann Coulter is doing is she's creating this very interesting buffer around Trump. The buffer is she's speaking on behalf of millions and millions and millions of Trump voters, people who want a wall. She's highlighting the importance of that policy goal. When she's insulting Trump, notice how Trump is not fighting back. And I don't think it's because she's important to the base or whatever. If he felt that she was just going after him, there was no utility there, and there was nothing, I think that he would, tweet back and he kind of defended himself a bit, but nothing like he didn't insult her or anything like that. Generally, that's what would happen. I think they're working in tandem. Maybe not. I don't think that Trump calls Ann Coulter to say, hey, you know what, insult me to help me out. But I think that what she's doing is very simple. She is just like you're fishing. You just throwing out the bait. All the fish come swarming. She gets on Bill Maher. It's all over the place. The Daily Beast is even writing about it. All of these people are writing about the fact that Trump didn't keep his promise. Even people on the left are saying, you see, he's a con man. He's a liar. Well, there you go. You've just emboldened the same people you said you were going to resist. You've put the issue back at the forefront of Republican politics. And so Coulter calling him a wimp was the best thing that ever happened to this issue. Because now when he does declare emergency funding, he's going to have to. He's going to have to. There's no other. I mean, they're not going to negotiate. They don't want to negotiate. And then they're bringing like undocumented immigrants to the State of the Union on Tuesday. It's like, well, okay, why don't you push for legislation to get them to become citizens? I've known many wonderful, wonderful, amazing undocumented immigrants in my life. They're great people. The people I've met have been wonderful people. Of course, they're, in every group on the planet, they're, people that, but the vast majority are just wonderful people. The people that I've met in my life, from dreamers to just people who are undocumented immigrants, great people. They want to become citizens. They're relying on Democrats to become citizens. Democrats are not going to, they're not doing anything. Just like Medicare for all, just like every policy objective. And they're trying to prevent Trump from bringing home Americans from war, from quagmires. So that's the thing. I mean, if you type in Ann Coulter, what you get is, oh my God, she called out Trump. Oh, he's a lunatic. He's and then Coulter, Mo Brooks would be a great, terrific GOP challenger to Trump. No, he wouldn't. No, he wouldn't. Trump would clown anyone in the Republican Party. Anyone. Okay? Anyone. And then he goes, okay, she said, well, we put this lunatic in the White House for one reason. So there you go. Look. What does the media devour? What does the media want? They want someone to dislike Trump. Anyone. It doesn't matter. When it was Kim Jong-un, when he was saying things, oh my God, look what Kim Jong-un said. Oh my God, he's so great. So it's like they don't care. They don't really care. They just want negative stories on Trump. What she's done is she's given them negative stories on Trump, but she's actually helping Trump. And they don't realize it. They don't get it. Because now she's all over the news, and it's all about the wall. And it also protects Trump from the numerous, or I get the majority of the Republican Party who won't back him up. Republicans generally, like I said in the beginning of this segment, what they want to do is derive every benefit they can from Trump without helping him at all. They don't want to really help him. If they're running for Congress, they want Trump to back them, support them, give them, support, but really they don't want to help Trump in times of crisis. They'll jettison Trump. There's only a few that are really hardcore and loyal. And we'll see how loyal Lindsey Graham is. Hopefully, his Clinton email investigation in the Senate is actually a great, a renewed investigation. We have a new attorney general, ladies and gentlemen, on Thursday, this coming Thursday. Jim, I agree with you. Exactly. Jim, I agree with you. So it's interesting. I mean, like when you type in Ann Coulter, you get all of this. All of this dislike of Trump, but you get that policy and you get that topic out in the open, because Trump is not going to get any, not just favorable coverage. What they'll do is they'll try their best not to actually talk about any utility regarding anything he does. Bringing home Americans, they just gloss that over. Oh, well, it's a big problem. It has to be orderly. What does that even mean? Orderly. We'd still be in Vietnam if with their definition of orderly. Oh, well, it's just, gosh, it has to be orderly. So it's just, I find it fascinating how Trump, he wins even when he loses. It's interesting. He wins even when he loses. Robert Clausen one day. That'd be interesting. That'd be fun. It's like you have all of this media. It's like, and the great thing, the interesting thing about 2020 is there are going to be a whole bunch of things that work to his advantage. Number one, you're going to have William Barr. So yes, he's not perfect, but he won't be Jeff Sessions. Rod Rosenstein is out. All the people, all the people who started the Mueller probe, Rod Rosenstein is the main guy who said, "Oh yeah," because Sessions recused himself. So you're going to have basically a whole new Department of Justice. So for 2 years, all of 2019, 2020, we'll have a new Department of Justice. There's a chance he doesn't do anything. I'm not even going to say that he's going to be amazing, but I'll say this: the writing's on the wall for a fresh start. He's going to look at Strzok and Page. There can't be a precedent where you transfer top secret intelligence outside the United States government. There can't be a precedent. There can't be without any repercussions. It just can't be a precedent. I mean, that's what I'm saying. So, and William Barr knows that the Republican Party, if they don't, the actual Republican Party, if they don't flip the script, if they don't investigate the true crimes, real crimes that Clinton committed with transferring top secret intelligence and special access program intelligence outside of the U.S. government onto servers that were hacked by the world, China included, according to Charles McAuliffe, Inspector General Charles McAuliffe. All because of the Clinton Foundation pay-to-play schemes are obvious, like overt pay-to-play schemes. Not, if they use put two and two together, connect the dots. Well, you have money flowing in and beneficial treatment taking place. They presided over a uranium sale to the Russians, so it's like, but there is no Republican Party if the Justice Department or if the legal or if justice in America doesn't look at crimes committed and just say, look, I mean, Clinton committed crimes. People around her committed crimes. The FBI committed numerous crimes, whether it was leaking information or whether it was lying under oath like Andrew McCabe, or whether it was actually just fabricating and setting up Trump Russia, which is what happened. The media pretty much is in the pocket of the Democratic Party. Democrats outspend, outraise Republicans. Beto O'Rourke, who's really, when you look at Beto O'Rourke, he's not that great of a candidate. He really isn't. All of these like people running on the fumes of Bernie 2016, whether it's Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez or Beto O'Rourke, or now you have Kamala Harris, you have Elizabeth Warren trying to replicate Bernie Sanders of 2016. Even Bernie himself is not the same person he was. That was a moment in time. Apparently, Bernie Sanders was not that individual that he claimed to be. And so and he folded in a second. Now he's even, one of the things I loved about him the most, bringing home Americans. Now he's like, he literally said, well, it has to be done in an orderly manner. But Beto O'Rourke almost outspent Ted Cruz 2-1, almost 2-1. And he still lost Texas. And he had every single major Rolling Stone, Washington Post, New York Times. I mean, everybody was giving him favorable coverage. So he got close, but he had to outspend Cruz 2-1. And Cruz isn't even a good candidate. Cruz is not a good candidate. So, I mean, it's like, It's like you're going to have the interesting thing is, look, the 15th, he has until what, the 14th or the 15th. Then he has to declare a national emergency because there's going to be another government shutdown. Because this is the time, look, he opened up the government for a certain time, 3 weeks. Atom bomb 31458. Half of Republican politicians would throw Trump under the bus if it would help them. Absolutely. Absolutely. Atom bomb 31458. Absolutely. And I agree with you. I agree with you. And that's what he's up against. I mean, you have a this is a politician. It's really unheard of. I mean, he's up against not only Democrats, not only the media, not only intel community, not only like Hollywood, late night, but he's also up against Republicans. And he has a great economy. And they have to like nitpick, oh, well, there's deficits. Well, okay, there were $1 trillion deficits under Obama also. They didn't care. And Obama did not have for 8 years GDP, like a growing, really growing economy or a good economy. The average growth was 1.6%. That's nothing. And then they said, well, you're not going to really get past 2. He's easily surpassed that. It's now 3%, the estimate for 2018. So I just find it very interesting that Trump is able to, I mean, he's really, really able to, he's able to just survive, thrive, continue. Even the New York Times, when they interviewed him, they're like, oh, well, they're like, well, are you serious? Do you still want to, do you still want to run for president in 2020? It's like, what are you talking about? Why wouldn't you want to run for president? Why wouldn't he want to run for president? I don't get that. I do not get that at all. What, like the economy is doing too great? Is too well? You don't want to, I mean, geez, Salome, thank you so very much. I hope all is well. You might be watching the Super Bowl tomorrow. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you so very much, Salome. Thank you. Thank you for always watching. Salome, thank you. It's just, it's like, I swear, like, I don't get it. I don't get it. You don't ever, Ebenezer Adams, keep an eye on the corruption. Malaysia, more coming out every day. Thank you, Ebenezer Adams. Thank you. Yeah, it just seems that other countries, I mean, you saw in South Korea, other countries, if Pakistan also, if you have extremely powerful people who commit crimes and they're taking a task for them, even though, like, yeah, it's true, a lot of people get away with things, but like their Hillary Clintons go to jail. So, Ebenezer Adams, thank you. Thank you. It's going to be interesting, especially like 2020. They're going to have a hard time communicating a populist message on the left when like there's unemployment is so low. When people are working and the economy's growing and you have more manufacturing jobs than all 8 years of Obama, you lost. The Obama economy lost 300,000 manufacturing jobs. Trump's economy gained 400,000 manufacturing jobs. That's all you need to know. And then people are like, well, how do you go from Bernie to Trump? Well, both opposed the TPP. Both opposed quagmires, although Trump is actually bringing home Americans. I think that if Bernie was president, he would just do whatever Democrats wanted. There's no way he would have withstood the constant onslaught. And if you look at 270 to win, just look at 270 to win, okay? You go to 270 to win. Let's see, 270 to win. If you look at the 2020 presidential election map, oh, here we go. Look at this. They have how do they have Florida blue? I love this. I love this so much. How do they have Florida blue when Gillum and Nelson lost? Whatever. This is not the Cook political report. If you look at the Cook political report, let's see. 2020. So, oh, okay. Sorry. They have Pennsylvania, Michigan. So this is like, they think Democrats get 314 electoral. They think that a Democrat's going to win Florida, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin. Those are the swing, and Iowa. Okay. If you look though at the Cook political report, the pundit forecasts. So, hold on one second. (2020). So they think that Trump's going to lose and the Democrat's going to win. Whatever. I don't care. I don't see that. But if you just look at, if Trump wins Florida, I don't see why he wouldn't win Iowa. He wins Florida, Arizona. All he needs is either Pennsylvania or Michigan or Wisconsin. Oh, actually, this is interesting. So, oh my God, they have North Carolina as a swing state. I love it. It's always the same thing. So, all he needs, if he gets Arizona and Florida, all he needs is Michigan, Pennsylvania, or Wisconsin. And he gets above the 270. Gets above 270. Cook political report. If you look at the Cook political report, it's actually, it looks very good. This is January 9, 2019. Cook political report looks very good for Trump. He gets Arizona, he gets Florida, he's 10 away, and all he needs is either Michigan, Pennsylvania, or Wisconsin. There you go. Ebenezer Adams! Point is that Lynch event should get indicted by a foreign government first, and that would be like Madoff, beyond reproach until he wasn't. That's true. I had to misspell on purpose to post. Yes, gotcha. Gotcha. Thank you, Ebenezer Adams. That is possible. Although there has to be, I mean, Haiti, the government of Haiti or the judicial system within Haiti should just indict both Clintons. $10 billion raised off of a tragedy, an earthquake in 2010. So, I mean, there's a whole bunch There's a whole bunch, and I agree with you about YouTube policies. There's a whole bunch of scenarios, but I do think that once William Barr flips the script, I do think that all they have to do is find out how Clinton transferred top secret intelligence, and Ebenezer Adams, you and the Yahtzee helped out tremendously. But when they focus on that, it's game over, because then it's like that also is an existential issue for the state. And people know that too, which is why there are espionage laws. Akashik, I'm not sure. Possibly. I'm going to try to also reach out to Fox, CNN, and MSNBC. Thank you, Akashik. Ebenezer Adams, thank you so very, very much. That is one possible scenario, yes. In terms of William Barr, let's just put it this way. It's only up from Sessions. So Sessions really did nothing, and like what you did get was from Jim Jordan or Tom Fitton. So anything, just an attorney general that just does something, which would be great, really great. But Staff Sergeant, retired, survive, thrive, and drive, stay alive. Yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you for watching. Enjoy tomorrow. I hope the Rams win. I think they will. I really think they will. I really think they will. Ladies and gentlemen, I think it's great. Freedom Angel, I think it's great. The whole point of a president is like for JFK, for example, JFK, his advisors said, you know what, invade Cuba. Had he done so, Castro's on record as saying, yeah, he was going to lobby for a nuclear retaliation from the Soviets. That would have caused, not a good time for anyone. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Ebenezer Adams, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Dave Whalen, thank you. To my super chat, thank you. Adnabon31458, thank you. Thank you, everybody. Have a great, great evening. Have a great day tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow a bunch of times. Enjoy the game. And this coming week is going to be awesome. You definitely want to check out this channel every day. Make sure you get all the notifications. Hit the notification bell. Make sure you get all the notifications. And make sure to check out HA's Second Amendment. Best grouping yet. I keep saying that. I'm getting better all the time. Thank you so very much. Have a great evening. Thank you.